My name's Alan Thompson, and I work for a technology company based in the UK. It's a very innovative, high-tech company. We make thermal imaging devices which are used for counting footfall in retail establishments. And we're probably the biggest company in the world for intelligent footfall counting. A lot of our people are PhDs from Cambridge and Oxford, and as you can imagine, with a thermal camera, it's quite a high-tech product. We make the entire device ourselves from raw materials, so we control our supply chain. And actually, it sounds very high-tech, sounds like very expensive. It's not particularly expensive. What do you use footfall counting for? Well, it's kind of interesting. A lot of, in fact, I did a session here last year and sat beside the guy from Google, and he talked about online shopping and offline shopping. Well, trust Google to come up with a phrase of offline, which is to us bricks and mortar. It's people walking into a shop. Well, if you're an online retailer, you know how many people come to your site. You know probably a lot more about them if you use Google Analytics. But it amazes me how many retailers don't even know the basics of how many people came into their shop. There's a lot of value in that information, especially if it's counted accurately. We're counting at sort of 98% accuracy. So you're actually then able to use that data in a meaningful way. So you can start to optimize your staff level. If your shop or if the products you sell need a lot of interaction with staff, then you can optimize staff levels by actually understanding when customers come to your store. Whether it's at lunchtime or in the evening, just generally, it's empty during festival time, it's busy when there's not festivals on. So you can actually then start to optimize the staffing level to make sure that you've got that interaction, which is very important in a bricks and mortar sale where you're actually being, able to influence your customers' decisions. What else can you gain from this? Well, we can provide things like heat maps. So if you own a shopping mall, you might want to know if 80% of the people that walk through the door turn right. If you've got multi-levels, how many people go upstairs? That can influence the decision on a retailer to rent their facilities and what you might want to charge them for it. So we gain a lot of information from footfall. We then move on to queue management systems where we can actually manage customers' expectations for checkouts. And one of the interesting things, I guess, in retail, and this is global, is that the majority of customers, their last experience in a retailer is with the cashier, the person that takes their money at the end of the day. If there's a big long queue of people waiting to pay for their goods, then it's not a very satisfactory experience for them. So they might not come back again. Equally, if the cashier is under pressure because there's a lot of people waiting in line, they might not be the happy, smiley cashier that you as retailers want to make the customers feel good about it. So we have products that can deal with that and assist the retailers if you use the data. You can get a lot of data nowadays, and you can get paralyzed with too much information, but basic information of how many people come in and out of your shops is pretty basic stuff. We also have links with iBeacon, so we can do that as well. We have a question.